The girth of his what?
You're like a father to me.
Boom, Brady, I'm the rightful queen.
Hey! I love the way it makes me feel inside.
What's up, everyone? Adam from FWCI, and this is my rewatch of Severance Season 1, Episode 9, The We Are. And the reason I'm rewatching this is because, first of all, the show is incredibly confusing and rewatching it always helps. And I will be reacting to Season 2 that comes out next week. So I thought, what a good way to get on the radar of Severance fans, and let's just rewatch the final episode. I did watch these... I don't think it was as they were coming out. Oh, it might have been, actually. I think I was can't remember. It was a good show, for whatever reason was. My partner and I watched it, and we loved it, and it's the kind of show that I'd really like to watch on the channel, so that's what I'm going to be doing for Season 2. So I'll be reacting to Season 2 as the episodes come out, and then those episodes will go straight up onto YouTube. But with other stuff, I do early access on my Patreon, so go check out patreon.com/FWCI if you feel like supporting the channel a little bit further. Alright, let's quickly recap what I do remember about it. I obviously understand the whole concept that when you go down through the elevator, it triggers the chip in the brain, and that will then sever your consciousness from the surface and underneath the ground. Chris Walken had that weird storyline in this where it looked like he had a romantic relationship with one of the programmers. I don't know what their job is. They have to find something that makes them feel uneasy or scared and then like delete it. I don't know what they're doing. That's probably the thing that I'm most intrigued about is Lumos, the company. Like, what the hell are they even doing? It's so abstract and bizarre down there. Why is there a goat? Why was there a goat? And are we going to get more waffle parties in Season 2? That's the burning question on everybody's lips. But I know at the end of this episode, I believe where we left off, and this is why I'm rewatching it, because my memory's a bit hazy. I think Helly ends up above ground with her consciousness intact and finds out that she's related to the people that founded the company, and she's basically like royalty within that company. We had then, I think, a couple of people were up in somebody's house and they're doing something up there, and then there was a guy still underground and he was doing whatever he had to do to keep their chip, active in the way it is. And that was where they left it, like a crazy, crazy cliffhanger. So we're going to revisit all that here and get caught up with Severance. This is Severance Season 1, Episode 9, The We Are.
Why do you care what happens to me?
Take her back down to the testing floor.
That's right, that's where they, break their brain again, isn't it?
Joey, get away from them, Mark.
Okay, so yeah, after watching the recap, Patricia Arquette is an interesting character in this as well, I think. Yeah, I don't know how she's being manipulated or if she's the manipulatee. And the dude who's like the orderly kind of guy, whatever his name is, he had some baggage going on as well, I believe. That's right, he makes this crazy artwork. Irving is the guy doing the artwork, yes.
It's Helena Eagan.
My gosh, Helena. So good to finally meet you.
And the anxiety on her face as she goes down in the elevator there is very well shot. This is such a weird intro as well. God, he starts the episode like this? Wow, he ends the episode like this, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna assume you mean that in the It Takes a Village sense, and she's good. She's hungry. Oh, I want to have the life change talk. I just need a pump before I die. I'll be really fast.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. So, of course, none of them know anything about their outside selves. I'm shocked that this entire final episode was shot. It was like this part of the story. I thought this was like the last 10 minutes of it.
Let's change some minds.
Well, I'm certainly gonna try.
Thank your father if you see him.
I will.
Poor Helly. She didn't know what the hell is going on. I am glad I'm going to get caught up on this specific episode, though, because, like I say, the cliffhanger was a doozy. So that book is like the one book they're allowed in the thing, I'm pretty sure.
It's said that as a child, Wolfgang Mozart killed another boy by slamming his head in a piano.
Is it said?
Me
I can crane.
can hold over a reader. But what indeed is?
Because she's a very manipulative bitch as well, isn't she?
Your book, it opened up the world for me.
Mark, are you okay?
Yes. This book changed my whole life.
You actually read it?
Rickon, are we friends?
I don't think they actually are.
Of course.
Tell me more.
Don't tell her anything. Get out of there.
You know.
Yeah, this is crazy. So her dad, I'm pretty sure what's going to happen, what's going to be revealed is that her dad pressured her into joining the Severance thing so that he could be like, oh yeah, look, I put my daughter through it and she's fine. Even though they are covering up all of these, you know, depressing, sad, unfortunate incidents, we'll just say.
So one of the things you learn growing up as an Eagan is that the workers are our family. And I remember being confused about that as a kid because I thought that meant I had a few 100,000 literal brothers and sisters scattered around the world.
Oh my gosh, she's so full of shit.
My dad would love for me to sit here and say that I'm taking this job out of loyalty. And that it was the spirit of pure Eagan.
Yeah, that is why you took it. Alright, so what is this thing here? Today marks the first of many long days in court for what is to be one of the region's most contentious civil trials. In recent memory, the plaintiff, Dalton Emery, is suing his former employee, Lumon, in an attempt to get his former employer to divulge the accurate details pertaining to an injury that occurred while he was severed and the company property. Yeah, like what's been happening with Helly. Like, yeah, I can't remember how she doesn't know what's going on. Are they just keeping her in there? Emery claims that when he passed the severance threshold on his way home from a day at work, his left hand began to throb violently by the time... Well, so he punched somebody, that's what I'm getting. Emery's doctor believes that his outcome may not have been as severe if he were given the full story and appropriate medical attention. Interesting. I don't recognize him, though. Seven employee list. Alright, a bunch of names. Severance date, two brothers, severance date. I don't know what to do with that information. That's right, he goes to Bert's house. Okay. Didn't Bert work in like the art department or something? There was all these kooky departments down in this place.
I cried in my bed when they told me what she tried to do to you. What that innie tried to do.
Oh, wow, man.
You will sit with me at my revolving.
A revolving what?
It had the blue and green lights back then. I remember you said to me, "It's so pretty, Daddy. Everybody in the whole world should get one. They will, because of you."
No pressure, Helly.
All be Kier's children.
Oh, hail Kier. Must be really conflicting for her because she's in this horrifying state. But she looks fantastic.
For the harm I have caused this world.
Oh, this is that weird confession thing they have to do. It's like a cult.
I could be sorry. And that is all I am.
Editing. I'm going to talk about this after the thing, but the editing and the design of this show is next level. Don't do it, man. I don't know which of the cliffhangers that we've got in this episode I'm like most keen to see resolved. Helly at the speech, him standing on Bert's doorstep, or old mate down in the thing holding the 2 switches, or even Adam Scott with what's her name lurking around. Yeah, of course, these innies wouldn't even know how to do basic shit like drive a car.
Mark has, out here, you have been trying to figure out what Lumen does, what you do. And at first, you try to keep teaching.
I was a teacher?
A professor of history.
Yeah, that's ironic.
We were all really close. It was great. She was wonderful. She made you wonderful.
She's not dead, is she?
Shit!
Dylan! Dylan! I know you're in there, Dylan. Open the door! Fuck you, Mr. Milchick!
And she works at Lumen?
Yeah, she's my boss.
Jesus fucking Christ.
She didn't take the baby though, did she? Alright, so yeah, this is Helly's opportunity to blow this thing sky high if Dylan can keep the thing active.
Honey, what did you say?
Mrs. Selvig has Eleanor. Did you see her?
Did take it? Christ. Cobell, who I'm now remembering how much of a fuckwit you are.
Just open the door and I'll tell you their names. Come on, Dylan! Dylan?
Yeah, you can't trust him, Dylan.
I'll tee you up. Just stick to the talking points. Use the line about how you see your innie as your sister. Don't love that. It's gonna be great.
Man, I know she's not gonna get this speech off, but God, I hope she does. Can you just imagine what it would be like? So, I'm actually the innie, I've taken over control of her body, and I just want to let you know, their hair would fall out. Ooh, so, Bert has a fella.
Have all these rooms been checked?
Oh, okay, right.
Devin?
There's the baby.
Devin, she's here! I found her! I found your child!
Oh, that's right. This guy's a massive ass-kissing twat.
An empathetic revolution that puts the human being at the center of it.
It is you, isn't it? I'm gonna kill your company. Keep them alive. In pain.
Ooh, fucking hell. Yeah, she's nasty. She is a nasty pasty. Right, okay, the chick who got brainwashed in there, that's Gemma. Okay, I'm getting caught up, Julius, is that his name?
I'm an innie.
Oh, so she does drop the bomb on this one. Bro, tone it back.
She's alive!
Oh my god, that is a brutal cliffhanger. Fucking brutal. By the way, thoughts on Shrinking? Should I check it out? Let me know in the comments. Okay, alright, so that's where we ended up. So Helly did get that out. I thought it started, she like stepped out onto the stage and it ended like before she got to speak. Right, okay, so she did manage to do that. Meanwhile, what's his name? I keep thinking Julius. What is it? Irving. Julius Irving? Is that why I kept thinking he's Julius? Dr. J has approached the guy's door and is just... that's going to be awkward for him when his brain snaps back into normal mode. He's just going to be at some random man's house and they're going to be like, you were just banging on my door, screaming the name Bert. And then we've got Dylan down there. He's going to cop it. He's going to cop it bad. And that's right. What's her name? Cobell. Was she kicked out entirely because of all the like fuck-ups that kept going on? Or is she just like kind of suspended or something? I can't remember, but yeah, she's on the outs with the company, so this is her way of trying to like, you know, get back in. You know, for somebody who's on the outs with the company, she did a pretty good job getting backstage at their big gala event. Close enough to be able to grab the guest speaker and go, "Arr!" What I love about this show, though, is because of the nature of it, because of the whole weird, almost otherworldly elements that we get in that downstairs area, the way this show is shot, and I know I'm not the first person to be talking about this, but the way the show is shot is so geometric and mathematical and symmetrical, and almost to the point where it takes real life and makes it look artificial because it's so perfectly presented. It is just a stunning show to watch, and there's so much like symbolism and stuff throughout this show as well. I know it's going to be a good one to go back and rewatch. One thing I picked up on this watch through is when Helly's father is standing there, there's a big picture of Helly right over his shoulder facing away from him. I don't know if that's symbolism, but I feel like that's indicating that, like, yeah, she does not see eye to eye with this man. I don't know if Outie Helly, like, or Helena, I guess, whatever her name is, I don't know if she does agree with this. I think she probably is doing this under duress as well. So she's probably just as much of a victim as everybody else, or she's a complete psychopath like the rest of her organization is. Mark's cliffhanger is great as well, that he could just yell out, she's still alive. I'm sure his sister is going to know who he's talking about when he says that, based on everything else that's going on, unless they mistake it and think he's talking about the baby and leave it at that. That would kind of suck. I hope the sister is a great character. I hope she can like piece together that insanity, especially now that she's the ally on the outside that actually knows what the fuck is going on. Because there's not many people in the show that actually do know what's going on. But let me know in the comments, what are your theories? What do you think is actually happening down in Lumon? Because we've got some weird departments down there. There's an art department. There's like the fear, what are they, refining that they do there? I don't know. I wonder if, like, would it be too hacky for it to end up being like all existing in a micro atom inside somebody's head, and they're controlling somebody's brain, and that's what all the emotions and all the stuff go. It feels like the inner workings of a brain. That's what it really feels like. I was looking at my speaker then for some reason. It feels like the inner workings of a brain. Just with the variety of stuff that we have in there, and then the brainwashing and the atonement, but it's so culty as well, and you've got this weird historical hierarchy of all these like people, and there's like kind of political in there as well, and it's a little bit like condescending and like childcare, daycare-y, like supervision sort of thing. And it's interesting that I like this cliffhanger so much, because I just watched Squid Game Season 2, and I thought the cliffhanger in that just felt like they just stopped in the middle of a story. Whereas this one, they've definitely stopped in the middle of a story, but it was such an epic moment that it was a great, you know, big moment to end the series on. So, I don't know, just an interesting thing I noticed about that, after like really being quite harsh on Squid Game for how jarring the end of Season 2 was. But this definitely felt like a season finale. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this one. If this is your first time watching the channel, make sure you subscribe. I did watch Ted Lasso on the channel some time ago. I mentioned that because it's another Apple TV show. So if you like Ted Lasso, go give it a watch. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, because I will be reacting to Season 2. As soon as the episodes come out, I'm on it straight away and it'll go up. So if you're looking for a good day one reaction channel to share your questions with, I'm your man. But thanks for checking this out, everyone, and as always, be well, stay safe, look after your friends, ta-ta, farewell.